Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I hope you were with us last night in the Blueprints house. We were streaming on Sunday instead of our normal Monday. And there was quite a frustrating finish for us, but we did get the main task done that we'd been trying to do for 2 or 3 sessions, and that was good fun. Do catch up with the VOD if you weren't there. There were a lot of people in chat. They were exceptionally well behaved because we were missing our normal moderators. And thanks again to Chain Bear, the great YouTuber Chain Bear, for stepping in as a moderator. Incredibly kind. So that was last night, and that was good fun. Now, today we have released Alien Invasion, the new Sudoku hunt that is our monthly Patreon reward. That is the June reward. There are documents released to us that contain what seem to be Sudokus, and we've speculated, we're not sure, that they might have come from an alien invasion, but you can solve the puzzles and see what you think, and send in the solutions by the 20th, and you will have a chance of winning a collaboration with Simon in a Solve. And well done to those people who've won those before. What else have we got going on? We've got also on Patreon, there's crossword videos, connections, and gridogram. Also, we have apps which feature Killer Sudoku and Domino Sudoku and Classic Sudoku 2 and the Worms, and they include Zetamath's worm now. 6 times 6x6 puzzles, interlinked and rather beautiful, so do check that out. Very reasonably priced for hours of entertainment. And of course there's merch. The month has just ended, but its Rat Run merch was going incredibly well during last month, as the prior one. And thanks so much to Marty Sears for designing that aspect of the merchandise. But you can also get other t-shirts, hoodies, etc. There is a link in my description field to take you there. YouTube have annoyingly made it a bit harder to get in and get the merch. But there we go. Now, YouTube are also, by the way, for some reason, removing the links that we put on in certain situations. I believe it's for some browsers on Android phones. I'm afraid we put the links in and YouTube take them out. So don't complain to us. We're doing our best. But you may need to change your browser if you're in that situation. You can't see a link to today's puzzle, because that is the first thing in the description field. It is a link to today's puzzle and the rule set. And I'm going to go through the rule set now. This puzzle is by Blobz, who I have never heard of. But the puzzle is called Coupled Cages, and normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will go in every row, column, and every 3x3 box. I'm just realizing I don't have my lighting on. There we go. That's better. Any 2 cells separated by a knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit, and that gives me a chance to get out my bag of chess pieces and locate Mr. Knighty McKnightface to remind me of this rule as we go along. He's going to sit in front of me on the table so that when I forget that that's a rule, hopefully he will remind me. In cages, digits sum to the small clue in the top left corner of the cage, so those 3 will add up to 6. Digits cannot repeat within a cage. I don't think they could by Sudoku rules. A black dot joins cells with a 1 to 3 ratio. So those 2 cells, one of them is 3 times the other. Not all dots are given. Indeed, only 1 dot is given. It is a very sparsely populated grid. Look at those tiny number of cells covered by cages and the black dot. Absolutely bizarre. Nothing in the bottom 3 rows, and yet apparently there's a unique solution. Give it a try on that first link under the video. You can check the video length to see how hard I've found it, but I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Well, there are some giveaway cages. This is lovely. We've got a 6 cage in 3 different digits. That must be 1, 2, 3. The 24 cage is kind of its opposite and is 9, 8, 7. The 7 cage has to be 1, 2, 4. You can only add 1 to those digits, and you can't do it to 1 or 2 or you'd get a repeat. And the 23 cage has to be 986. It's kind of the opposite of 7. I guess that leaves us with 4, 5, 6 in these non-caged cells in box 2, and 5, 7, 3, is it, in those cells in box 5. Now, a 22 cage in 3 different cells, it's not a complete giveaway. There are 2 ways of doing it, but they both involve 9. It's either 985 or 976. So I'm going to pencil mark in the corner to say that in this box, 9 is in one of those cells. And that's a sort of X-wing, a virtual X-wing with 9s here. But basically what it means is 9 can't be in any of those cells and must be over here somewhere. And we've got the Knight's move. Knighty McKnightface makes himself known. Okay, there's all sorts of things. So I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. I've got a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad. I've got the Knight's move. I'm going to go through it gradually because there's some interesting stuff there. So this is a group of 1, 2, 3, 4 in this column. That means nothing else in the column can be 1, 2, 3, or 4, including that cell and that cell. It also means that the 3 has to be in one of those 2 and is not therefore in box 2 there. And the 4 has to be in one of those 2 and is not therefore in box 5 here. And then we can do exactly the same sorts of things for 6, 7, 8, 9 in column 4. The 7 must be in one of those cells and is not there. The 6 must be in one of those cells and is not. Oh, I mishit there. 6 is in one of those cells and not there. And that's a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad in the column, so that's not 7 and that's not 6. Now, the next thing I was going to do is say if 9 is in one of these cells, 9 can never be here. Why do I say that? Because if 9 is in one of these 2, those clearly rule a 9 out from this cell by horizontal Sudoku rules. But if 9 is there, the Knight's move stops 9 being here. So this can't be 9. And by the same token, all of these, 6, 8, 9, cannot go in this cell. They all see it, all 3 of those. So this is not 9. It is indeed, therefore, 5 or 7. And to complete the 22 cage, this must be a pair of either 9, 8 or 9, 6. And that gives us a triple in the row. Oh, also there's a 5, 7 pair in row 6. Now, how do we use that stuff? I don't know, but this is a surprising amount of interaction and probably explains to some extent how this puzzle is going to get solved. I haven't begun to approach the black dot. Just looking at this, if that was a 3, it couldn't go in any of those cells. I thought the next move would be obvious. That was very foolish of me. Right, these digits can't use up the 5 and 7 in this row. That's not actually all that helpful. It looks like it ought to be. What about the 6, 7, 8, 9 quad here? That means 1 and 2 are in these cells. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 and 9 are in these cells. Okay, let's look at the black dot 3. So, possible digits that can go on this black dot. They are a little limited. It's either a 1, 3, a 3, 9 or a 2, 6 pair to maintain that difference. And therefore by by killer totaling, this one is 9, 8, 7, 4 or 1. It's not 9 because 9 is in one of those 2 cells. And by the Knight's move techniques, they both see that effectively. 9 can't be there because it would stop 9 being there vertically and 9 being there on the Knight's move. So that's not 9, therefore this isn't 1. That doesn't mean this isn't 3, unfortunately, because if that's a 9, this is 3. Can we reduce this any further? Or can I use the 689 triple that I did see and I haven't been able to think of how to use it particularly? I've got nothing there. That's annoying. Right. This triple. That's vital. They all see this cell. Gosh, that's one of these Knight's Move techniques that I'd forgotten, basically. This cell sees that one vertically and those two on the Knight's Move. So none of those digits, 4, 5, or 6, can be here, and that must be 3. And the same is true for, I saw it, yes, for this cell looking at those 3. It can't be 3, 5, or 7. So that must be 6. Now, what does this do? It doesn't do much. I'm going to remove the colouring to an extent. I'm going to leave that coloured because that is the opposite 5-7 version to this, and so it must be there as well in the row. And then that pink cell is in one of those two. Now, is there anything more like that going on? These triples, they all see that cell. But I can't rule out whatever this digit is from being there. I can rule out 9, but it's not that powerful. Oh, this cell now, that's quite interesting. It sees the whole of the 1, 2, 4 cage, and it sees 6 and 3. So this is 5, 7, 8, or 9 definitely. Now, what is this 3? There's a 3 there, and there's a 3 in one of those cells. So the 3 in column 5's down here. There's a 6 here and a 6 in one of those cells, so there's also a 6 down. We're getting a weird amount of symmetry going on down here between the pencil marking of the small digits. Sorry, not of 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9. What about 4, 5, and 7? See, there is a pink somewhere, and it's not in those cells. And there is a green somewhere that is not in those cells. That's not quite getting anything done. I'm probably being a bit dense about this. Okay, 3, 5, 7 all see that, which... No, that's as non-useful as whatever I was looking at on the other side, actually. 6, 8, 9 all see this cell, as does 3 and wherever 7 is. So this is 1, 2, 4, or 5. I suppose all of these are from 1, 2, 4, or 5. They are, actually. I'm going to mark it. All of these are from 8, 9, and pink, 5 or 7. This one sees both 5 and 7, so it can't be those. And it can't be 1, 2, or 8, 9. But that still leaves 3, 4, and 6, doesn't it? Okay, let's have a look at this 4, 5 pair. They both see that cell, and they both see that cell, and that cell. These are such strange digits to have actually achieved. Oh, 3, we said earlier, 3 was now going to be in one of those two places. Both of these are the only two possibilities for 6, and they both see that cell. So this cage is either 9, 5, 8. For this to be an 8, they couldn't be 8, and that would be 8. Then we'd end up with 9s in all of these positions. Or it'd be lovely if one of these just went wrong and just couldn't work. I think I'm miles away from really breaking in still. I really do. just kind of throwing out speculative ideas at the moment. I mean, it's all I can do. So let's keep speculating away, see if we can find anything. Pink was going to be in one of those two. What about green? I don't know, between those four. Green's ruled out of those. No, it's just, that's not interesting. Okay, pink is ruled out of those two by its presence in one of those two. And it's ruled out of there. Pink is 5 or 7, so it can't be in this 3 cell, and it's not there. So, and pink is not there by Sudoku. So we've sort of got one of 3 places in row 2. That's a weird old dichotomy as well. Wow, no, I don't know what's going on. Okay, green in this box can't be in any of those cells. I have no idea if that means anything for my purposes. Four, 5 both see this cell. So does 7. I'm not getting anywhere at the moment, am I? I just don't quite know what to do. I haven't touched this 10 cage at all. Oh, pink can't be in those now because of this position. And it also can't be there. That doesn't go very far, does it? Goodness me. Okay, I don't know. 3 can't be in those cells. That's totally uninteresting. If this was a 6-4 cage, 4 would then have to be in one of these 3. That's not interesting. Digits cannot... I mean, am I missing a major part of the rule set? I just don't know how we progress. It's not true that one of these have to be 8, because this could be a 6, 9, 7 cage. In fact, if that was 6, this couldn't be a 6, 2 black dot. It would have to use 1, 3 and 1 or 9. Ah. Is there something going on with something like 3 in this row? That 3 can't seize that cell. Oh, or pink in this column or this column. Or the Phistomefel ring. I hadn't thought about that for a moment. And it's not impossible, it's interesting. Or the potato head theorem. No, I'm not going to get involved in those until we have to. And I think there's got to be more that we can do with the puzzle. When I finally see something, right, this cell can't be 7, 8 or 9 from that cage, or 6 or 3. This is 1, 2, 4 or 5. Now, those are quite interesting. If it's 4 or 5, it's the same as one of those. If it's 1 or 2, it's the same as one of these 2. What's going on with that? I mean, next to nothing is going on with that. That's my general view. I don't think there's any point pencil marking this cell. It doesn't seem to... Well, let's just think about it a bit longer. If that was a 4, this couldn't be 4, 6. No, I don't know what that does. Okay. Okay, I need to have a much better thought. It's about this cage. I think we have to think about this cage. If this was a 9-3 black dot, that couldn't be 3. That would be 3. This would be 9. That would lead to there being, this digit. It does appear in this cage, and it can't be in those cells. This digit must appear there. This digit is 6, 8, or 9, and that must appear in this cage as well, and it's not red, so it must appear there. That's quite interesting. These now include blue, red, and pink. That's rather unexpected. I don't know what they are, but I know they're from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The pink is 5 or 7. The red and light blue are from 6, 8, 9. And they add up to 22 because they're the same as these 3 cells. This is getting a little bit more. Yeah, okay, so where's green in this row? It's in one of these cells now because there's no room for it anywhere else. Therefore, green is then in one of these 2 cells in row 5 because it can't be there by Knight's move. Oh, goodness, this has taken a long time to see anything with. Right, where's red in this row? Yeah, that's interesting. This is not red, but it is in this cage. Yes, bingo. It must be in this cage, which contains 6, 8, 9, because it's 8 or 9. It's not red, and it can't be there. So it must be that cell. It's light blue, and light blue now cannot be 6, and now I've made a breakthrough. That can't be 6 in this box, and that is 6. And it doesn't have a colour, but that's not the point. This can't be 6 now by Knight's move. Red and light blue are 8, 9. So 6 is not in these cells. Pink is 5 or 7. Green is 5 or 7. Oh, look, that 1, 2, 4 triple is all looking at that cell. It's really easy when you blooming look at these things. If I just looked at those 3 looking at that, I'm sorry, I've held you up. If you've been shouting all that stuff at the screen, you're right, and I'm dense. Never mind. Right, this is not a 3. And therefore this one is not 1 or 9, because they would need a 3 there. Now, if that's not a 3, this is not 7. 8 and 9 are both looking at this cell. It really is getting a bit easier now. So this isn't 2, and this one isn't 6, and we're down to 2 possibilities in each cell. Right, that red, well, oh no, I was gonna, one of these is light blue, but one of them is red. 8 and 9 are both in these cells. Oh, I see, one of these 2 is red. And is the other one pink? Do I know? Yes, I do. In this yeah, the other one is not pink, I think. Now, if one of these 2 cells was pink, this cage would contain blue, red, and pink, and then it would apparently have to add up to 22. So neither of these are pink. That's not pink by Sudoku, and it seems that that must be pink, and therefore must be 5. Because, sorry, I should have put pink in first. Because that's 4 or 5, and this is 5 or 7, and both are pink. Pink is now a 5, and I could have just added up this cage and worked that out. I really am being very slow today. Apologies are needed, and you do get them, but my goodness, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. Right. Now, this has all got easier, and I'm just being slow. But I'm going to speed up in a moment. This cell sees both 5 and 7. I could have had that available for ages. And it can't be that colour because of the Knight's move, so it's red. Light blue is down here along with pink. Don't know the order, but they're both there. And they're 5. Of course, green has become 7. So one of these two is a 7. I'm going to try and speed up a bit now, because I can't go as slow as I've been for what was really a very straightforward puzzle. 1, 2 are looking at the corner. So that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, proving its position. Then we get 9 and 1 in the box. And now this is seeing that 9, and light blue is 8, and red is therefore 9. And now there's no 9, or hang on, there is a 9 in these cells. They are a 9-7 pair. We know exactly where the 9 goes. So we get a red again. This is 9, 8, and 5. 8 on the night. So actually 5 and 8 both see that, so that must be 9. These ones are not 9. They're a 5-8 pair that I can't disambiguate. Right, 8, 9, 5, 7 and 6 are in those cells. 3's in one of those. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. I've got a 5-8 pair down here. Oh, well, these don't have 5 in. They're now a 1, 2, 4 triple. These are 9, 5, 8. These are 3, 6, 7. The top one by Knight's Move can't be 6. The next one can't be 7. This has not been as hard as I've made it out. I will stop apologising in a moment. 3 has been decided in box 4. 9 is in there already. Oh, I could colour that one. 1 sees that cell. So 1 is in one of those two. This is 2 or 4. That's all that's left. There's a 9 in one of these two cells. There's no red in those. A 9 in one of those two. Is there a reason that can't be 1 in the 10 cage? No. 5 and 8 are looking at that, along with 9, 7, 3. So this is 1, 2, 4, or 6. And that makes this 4, 6, 8, or 9. That's actually not doing anything. Okay, let's look at this row. 8, 9, 3, 6, 5. These are from 1, 2, 4, 7. Now, all of these from 1, 2, 4, 7 see this cell, which also can't be 9, 5, or 8, and must be 3 or 6. Oh, this has become a 4. This is just Sudoku, easy Sudoku. Now that can't be a 4 by Knight's Move, and that's a 4, and that takes 4 out of these cells and puts 4 into one of these along with the other ones, 3, 4, 6. This has become a 2. This is a 1. I am going a little faster now, but I know it won't suit those of you who are actually good at Sudoku. This can't be 6. This is a 4, 6, 7 triple. They all see that cell, which can't be 9, 1, 3, or 5, and is therefore 2 or 8. In this row, we've now got a 4, so that's not 4. Oh, there's a 1 in one of these two cells, and therefore this is not 1. I could have done that by an ordinary Knight's Move before. There's a 9 in one of those two. That's quite interesting. What about other 9s? We've said there's a 9 up here. And there's a 9 in one of those 3. It can't be here by Knight's Move. Hmm. 3, 9, 1, 8, 2. I'm going to write 4, 5, 6, 7 as candidates. That one can't be 5. In this row, 9, 7, 4, 3. It's an interesting 1, 2 deadly pattern here that's going to get resolved by Knight's Move somehow. Yeah, I don't actually know how yet. 1, 9, 8, 6. This cell can't be 3 or 5 or 4. This is 2 or 7. And is one of those ruled out? I mean, these are getting very constrained. Where's 6 going to go? In one of the 3 cells here? There's this other Knight's Move point. No, it's not available yet. I'll tell you about it if it becomes useful. Oh, 3 and 3. One of these two is a 3. Four, 5, 6, 7. 5 is looking directly at that cell. That is 2 or 4. If that was a 4, one of these would be a 4. If it was 2, these would get fixed as 7, 8. In fact, 4 sees all of those cells. So 4 is definitely in one of those two, and now this becomes a 7. That gives us a 6, 4 pair flanking it. That isn't doing anything. That 7, though, is going to force one of these two to be a 7. And clearly one of these 3. 5, I can place 5 in this box. That one is seeing that cell by knight's move. So 5 in box 1 is done. Now I can use my little trick here. So one of those is 5, but one of these is 5. That is going to mean that one of these two has to be 5. Because either that is 5, or a 5 here prevents those being 5 and puts 5 there. So one of these two is a definite 5. I mean, it may not helpful in the puzzle at all. Actually, let's just put in, these are from 1, 2, 6, 8. This one sees an 8 by knight's move. This one sees a 6. This one also sees an 8 because of this pair. So 8 can't be in those cells and must be here on the left. That's now a 1, 2, 6 triple. What's that doing? Okay, I'm colouring 1s and 2s now. A whole new digit to have some fun with. Yellow and grey, and that's because this is a knight's move away from the yellow. So one of these is grey, but also one of them is yellow. The yellow one is in one of these cells. The grey could be any. I've got a 1, 2 down here. I don't know. It's whatever the opposite of that is. That grey, oh, it's looking at that cell, but so is this grey. No, this yellow sees that, so one of these two is yellow. That means neither of these cells is yellow. Whichever of these is yellow is going to prevent yellow being here. We've also got a yellow in one of those, so actually yellow's ruled out of all of these. This yellow rules yellow out of all of those. So we've got yellow definitely in one of these two. There might have been other ways of seeing that information. I'm making heavy weather again. There's a 6 in one of these two cells. That's just Sudoku, and it's probably not even useful Sudoku. Where's 2 in this box? 2's definitely in one of those. If yellow is a 2, then we know it's there. Oh, goodness, I'm still struggling around. Right, this digit sees 8, 7, 9, 5, also 1 and 2 on the knight's move. So it's 3, 4, or 6. We're almost beginning to form a quadruple in this row. In fact, that digit can't be 3, 4, or 6. And what did we learn? It couldn't be 5. Also not. Okay, 9, 5, 8, 3, 4, 6 all see this cell. So it is 1, 2, or 7. And now there's a weird triple appearing. And this, which sees all of that weird triple, and 9, 8, 6 in the row, and 3, is going to be 4 or 5. Okay, what about this? This sees the whole of the 1, 2, 7 as well. That 1, 2, 7 triple, in which one of these two is yellow 1 or 2, isn't it? How do I use that? I don't think I can. Just need to get this cage resolved and we'll be absolutely laughing. One of those two digits is a 4. So 4 can't be here or here. Is that good for 4 in the row? Not really. There's probably some very straightforward knight's move now. 4 can't be in any of those cells. or there. So 4 is in one of these 3 in column 7. Don't know what that means. Why can't I sort these out a bit? This whole 2, 4, 6, 7 quad seems very accessible, and yet I can't actually resolve it. I should just put in the corner marks actually. Sorry, I've moved the corner marks into the center of those. And 1 and 3 have to be down. Oh, there's a 1 X-wing there. 1 is confined to those 2 cells in column 2 and to these 2 in column 4. So in row 8, it can't appear here and must be in one of these 3. That is not powerful. Okay, that didn't do anything. 7, 4 and 6. If that was 4 or 6, it would be the same as this. Oh, that's slightly interesting. So it would have to be there. Now, why did I say it would be the same as this? Because of the column. Right, I'm going to say that this digit can't be 4, and it's blindingly obvious that it can't be 4 because of that triple. I was going to work it through a very odd mechanism, but that's fine. It's 3 or 6. And that's a 3-6 pair in the row. These are not relations I'm expecting to find at all. So we've got this 1 X-wing. That didn't do anything in the end. That is 3 or 6, and that's a 3-6 pair. The 5 in the row can't be in those cells. Could be here. Otherwise, these are the candidates. And they all see these cells, but that's irrelevant because we know 5's in one of those 2. I expounded on that earlier. 8 has to be somewhere up here. That's really uninteresting, but it is true. 3 is in one of these 2. That may be less uninteresting. That may be more interesting. Maybe more usable, but I can't quite see how yet. Okay, let's try this. If this was a 6, we'd have 6 there, 6 there, 6 here, which is what I think is interesting. Obviously, we've got these positions. Then one of those 2, one of those 3, one of these 3. Is that doing anything? It's so frustrating not to be able to actually make headway. Oh, Blabarskaka has set me quite the puzzle here. Right, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these 2 is a 5. That's not going to help. They don't reach anywhere by Knight's move that I need. 3 and 5 are here. 8 and 9 are here. So either 4 or 7. Well, if 7 was in one of these cells, then it couldn't be here. So then we'd get this X-wing on 7s. And then 7 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Alternatively, if 7 is over here, this is a 7-2 pair, and this is a 3-4-5 triple. And what does that do for the price of eggs? It doesn't fix it. Oh, goodness. I'm probably missing something else blindingly simple now. I don't know what it is. This 1-2-7 triple, why is that so appealing and so... Okay, firstly, right, either this is yellow or this is yellow. In neither case can any of these be yellow. So yellow in row 7 is going to have to be in one of these cells. It's 1 or 2. Where's yellow in this box? These two are yellow and grey in some order. I mean, I know that, but I don't know which is which. So this is a yellow-grey pair in column 1. And there's a 1 in one of these cells. But I don't know about 2. Yeah, that 1 X-wing was generally quite promising, but all it did was put 1 into one of these 3 cells. And I don't know which one. If it was here, it would be yellow. Okay, let's have a look at 2 in this box. Those 3 say not here. Actually, that says not here and not here. So 2's in one of these cells. That's not helping. Have I looked at this before? 8 in this row is in one of those 3. I haven't looked at 8. I looked at 5 and said virtually the same thing. 8 is in one of these 3 cells, and they all see these 2. So 8 can't be in those. So the 8 in this column is either here in light blue or here. Oh, I could have coloured that light blue. Actually, that finally tells me that 8 is in one of those 2, which I had not noticed before or pencil marked. Then I was saying 8's in one of these 3. But the trouble is, if it's here, it gets licensed to appear in any of the corners of box 9. And that is not the powerful weapon or mechanism I thought it might be. Oh, this is just ordinary Knight's Move Sudoku, and I can't do it. How have I forgotten all my Knight's Move skills so badly? Okay, let's say yellow was 2. Then, obviously one of these 2, one of those 2. It doesn't do anything. 5, 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at column 8 again now with my 1, 2, 7 triple. 7 is green. Oh look, 7 is, that green is looking at that cell. That's why I've put green into these 2. So this is the other one of 1 or 2. It really is painful when it takes me this long to do utter simple stuff. That is yellow, and this must be a 7, because this sees the 1, 2 pair, 3, 4, 6, and 9, 5, 8. It's a naked single 7. Now that had better start solving the puzzle. That makes this digit a 4. That makes this digit a 2. Now at least my pencil marking is paying a tiny bit of dividend. Now I've got a 1, 4 pair here. I don't know how to use that. 2, 4 there makes this 6. That makes this 4. Does that sort out this set? Not really, but it takes 6 out of these cells. These are a 5, 7 pair. 5, 4, 7 are done here. That 2 can't be in any of those cells. So it's in one of these 2 along with 8. It's a 2, 8 pair. There is a colour involved, and that's 9, therefore, because 9 has to go somewhere. And these are 1, 3, 6 now. This one can't be 3. Don't know about the bottom one. 1, 3, 6. Now, in this row, we've had 4, 9, 2, 7, and a 3, 6 pair. Everything else is 1, 5, or 8. This is not 9. Now 9's definitely in one of those 2 and one of those 2 X-wing that doesn't do anything. 2 is looking at that cell, so that's an 8. That's a 2. That 8 is not quite as useful as it wants to be. 2, though, is going to be in one of these cells, and now that yellow has to be a 1 because they all see that. So yellow has become a 1, and that has taken me much too long to figure out. goodness. I mean, I've really struggled with this for no reason other than blindness to ordinary Sudoku techniques, I think. Anyway, I've been enjoying myself, and that is the most important part. Now, the 217 thing is all done. 7 was green. I'd forgotten to keep 7s going. That's not yellow, definitely. We've got the 136492736. We've got that 158 triple, and they all see these cells, which therefore can't be from 158. They're also not 27, and this one's not 9. Oh, this is not 2. That's a good point. There's a 2 X-wing there. Can't use it. Still struggling away, wrapped in the toils of this spider's web. I don't know how to use this 158 triple. I feel like I'm messing it up. Right, still need to find 1 or 2. Oh, we've got this cage, and I've taken something out of here, so this can only be 9 or 4. It can't be 8 anymore. So 8's definitely in one of those two, one of these two. One of these 3. Come on, 8, do something. Just earn your keep. No, I don't know how to resolve that. Do I know how this cage works? A 4 there would require this to be 6 and 7, and that would be an 8-9 pair. 4 there would push 9 here and 8 here. We'd have a 357 triple. I can't see the problem. 9, oh, 9 I could make red there. We know one of these is 9 and one of these is 9. I could colour that for what little it would do. We know one of these is grey and one is green. You're probably looking at some other utterly simple Knight's Move Sudoku now. Might even be simpler than that. That's not 3. So 3 is in one of these cells. Don't know what to do with that information. I thought it was all about this cell, but there's more going on. This can't be 1, 5 or 8, nor can that. 1, 5, 8, 2, 7. So they're from 3, 4, 6, 9, which I think are all available at the bottom. Here, only 3, 4 or 6. And that's 3 of the digits from 3, 4, 6, 9. The 4th one is either there or at the top here. That does bear an uncanny resemblance to the digits in this 10 cage. 1 in yellow can't be in those cells. 1 in yellow is in a little X-wing there and an X-wing here and here. Oh, sorry, I was trying to variegate those. These can't have a 1 in, that's very obvious. They're a 2-7 pair. 4 is in one of those cells and therefore can't be in these two. So 4 in the row is in one of those. And 4 in the bottom row is in one of those. So, no, that might not be right. That might not be right. If I thought I was proving that 4 was in one of these two cells, which would resolve this, and I think would finish the puzzle. But I don't think I was proving it. I do know that 4 is not in these cells, but that doesn't show me where 4 is in this row. Wow, I'm still really struggling along here. Do sink or swim with me. I'm 45 minutes into trying to solve this. That's a 136 triple. They're all looking at that cell. I mean, that's how easy it is when you finally blimmin' spot what you're doing. I'm so embarrassed by some of this solving, really am. That's now a 3, 4, 5 triple. That's 1, 2, 6. This digit is 9. And that's 8 and 7. And they're just done now. And it was easy. It was absolutely easy to do them. That's 1 in the cage. That's 6. Don't need the colours. I'm just doing that for sort of completeness now. That's now 1. And this one most definitely isn't. The 3, 4, 5 triple, don't know, that 4 is looking at that cell. This 2, 7 pair, we've got a 7 at the top. And 7 is a green colour. And 2 is grey, and that's 2 grey in row 7. And these two are both greyable. Right, 9, 1, 7, 2, and look at this 5, 8 pair. That makes everything else in the column 3, 4, or 6, including this cell at the bottom, which is not 9, and that means this one is 9. All the 9s are done. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful solve of a very nice puzzle. I mean, my apologies to Blobz. It's a much nicer puzzle than I've managed to make it look due to just general ineptness. 5 and 8 there. I mean, the colours really ought to help me understand that. That 5 is going to fix 4, 3, 5. This is not 4. This is not 3. This is not 6. This is now 5. Does that have a colour? Yes, it does, apparently. Pink is its colour. So that 5 and 8 are now done in box 8. There's that 3, 6 pair. I don't know what to do with that one. 7, 5, 2, 9. One of these is an 8. Yes, it's there, very clearly. This is 3 or 4. That 3, 4 pair is both looking at this cell, so that so that one must be 6. And this stuff is getting finished off now. He says, not finishing it. That's become a 7. That's not. Look at this 3, 6 deadly pattern. 5, 7. Right, before I tidy up that 3, 6 deadly pattern, let's get any colours that I've got done. 1, 2, 5, 8, 7, 9 in each box. They're all done in the top 6 boxes. That's very pretty. But in the bottom 6, not so much. 9, 8, 5, 2, 7. 1 is white. That's got no colour. That 5 needs a pink. And now they're all done in the bottom. Now, 3 there is sorting out the remaining bits by Knight's move. And there we go. And I'm sorry, Blobz. I can't pronounce your name. I can't solve your puzzle skillfully. But I can solve your puzzle. And I've coupled my cages. There'll be some very good times recorded in the comments today. And well done to those of you who do that. I think I need to go back to our chess Sudoku app and practice a bit, because that wasn't great. But thank you for sticking with me, and I'll be back, hopefully. I mean, this is payment for yesterday's solve being quite smooth. This one wasn't. I'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll try again. Bye for now.